we're going to do today is we're actually going to install one of our showroom models here. We're going to base it off of this insert that we've got here that is a standard size. So we took all of the measurements off of that and we put it on the wall. Let me show you how we got that over here from our insert that we're using. When we set our hearth, we made it so it covers about half of this. So we measure from here to here where we can cover, and then the width we just measured from the inside to the other side, which this one's 36 inches, and then we just add an inch. So we'll just have a ½ inch reveal on each side when we're done. First step we've got is the hearth. That's the first piece to go on. So we'll just put it over against the wall tight. So now that we're centered here, what we'll do is we'll just put a screw through each of the holes that we already have right here. So we put the screw in. You just have to go far enough when you put the screw in so that it pokes a hole in the wall for you. What that's going to do is give us a guide for our anchors when we have to put those in. We'll pull it back away from the wall now. And then with the holes we've got, we'll put those anchors right in those holes. Okay, so now that we got these inserts in, all we're going to do is just push it right back into place. Those will go right in the insert and tighten it down nice and tight. Next step is to get the fillers, and what we want to do with the fillers, this is going to be really the most difficult part of the process. That's why we've the grinder and the diamond blade, so that you can cut these down to the size that you need them. What we do is we'll just take the measurement from the hearth up to the top of your insert. So on the wall right here, we're at 33 inches. On our filler piece here, and we just measure up to where that was. So we had that at that right there. It's right at 33 inches, and that's where we'll be cutting it. So we'll take the square, draw our line. All right, we're out in the shop now, and we are just going to cut this piece on the line that we've already drawn right here. So make sure this is where you put on your dust mask and your safety glasses. That's all you gotta do, just cut that off and you're ready to go. Okay, now that we've got these cut to where we need them at 33 inches, we're just gonna put them up, mark them, and throw them up. Set it up right where you need it, and we just trace the outside of it so we know exactly where we want it. And then we'll do the same thing, just put a screw through each hole and then pull it right back out. Okay. And same thing we did last time, we'll just put an insert in each hole. Now if you already have studs or proper backing in these areas, you can just hit those studs. So then all we're going to do is we're just going to put glue on the back of this. Okay, and we'll just throw that up into place. Hit that. Okay, so now you're probably wondering how we're going to cover those screws when they're done, and how you put that leg on and you've got, you know, a different level here and a different level here. So we cut 3/4 of an inch, which is the depth of this filler. We already cut it off the leg, and we make these fillers longer so there's adjustment there, and we can put that leg on there and it'll cover up these screw holes already. We just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. All right, so now we have the top filler here, and we're just going to go ahead and set it up into place where it goes. And we'll do the same thing that we've done on all the other ones. Just put a screw into each hole, and then the same thing, we'll pull it down and put the inserts in and put it back up into place. The next step is to install the legs. So what we've got to do is measure the bottom of the mantle where those legs go, which we've got 68 inches. We want to make sure that those legs are sitting right so that they'll land right on that bottom of the mantle. So now we'll just trace the leg just across the top so we know where the top is, and then just a little mark on the side. All right, and then we just remove the legs again. And then this is where our 2x4s are going to come in handy. We're just going to measure about 1.1 1/8 down from that line, and that's where we're going to put our 2x4. All you do is put the 2x4 up where it goes. And then we're just going to remove those, put our inserts in. Okay, now that we've got our inserts in there, we'll just tighten these down. All right, now that we got the 2x4 in place, what we're going to do is put a little construction adhesive right here below where the leg goes, and a little bit here on top of the 2x4. Then we take the leg and put it up into place where it goes, using the lines we marked before. And then with the hole we already have drilled, we're going to go ahead and just screw right down. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So the last step is to install our mantle. And all you do is you just take your measurement from the bottom of the mantle to the top, which is 12 1/4. And then all we do is just minus 1 inch from that. So 11 1/4. So we just go from the leg up, 11 1/4. We mark that on both legs. And that's where we're going to install our long 2x4. Okay, so now we've got this stud up in place. We did the same thing that we did on the last ones. We just screwed it in, pulled the screws back out, put the inserts in. At this point, this one right here, if you can find a few studs in your wall along the way, it really helps too, just gives you a lot more strength. So all we have to do now is we just put a little dab of glue up on top of each leg, and then some glue atop this stud, and then put the mantle up where it goes. Okay, and then once you get it up into place like that, you want to just double check all of your measurements to make sure that all your overhangs are correct and everything like that. And then you just take and screw down into the stud, nice and tight. Which, if you notice, those are the only 3 visible holes on the whole project. We patched those with the caulk that we used to caulk all the joints. So take your construction adhesive off, put on your caulk, and then all you do is caulk all the joints that you have left. We just caulk all those joints with the caulk that matches. So just go right along there. Just like that. All right, so this is going to be the hardest of any of the mantles that we have to install, because you've got a hearth, 2 separate legs, 3 filler pieces, and a mantle. Most of our other mantles are 1 piece, and they're much easier. You got to skip all the process with the legs, and you just do the process that we did for the mantle, and that's it.